Mike, this was a game you guys didn't trail till like 4:47 to go in the game.
Yeah.
What do you feel like made the difference down the stretch in this one?
I thought Sears and Nelson hit timely shots. Their ability to turn us over. 19 turnovers at home is just not putting yourself in a good enough position. Transition defense, setting our half-court defense in the second half was ineffective. We just did a poor job off of free throws, off of makes, off of misses. Our urgency level wasn't the same as it was in the first 20 against a team that is as good in the first few seconds of the clock as anyone in the country, and they capitalized. A couple of free throw line blockouts haunted us, but a couple Sears threes in the right corner at the top of the key late were huge shots, and I thought he was fantastic defensively as well, as all those guys were, particularly in the second half. But as well as we played defensively in the first half, we just weren't as sharp in the second 20, and you can't beat a good team with that type of effort defensively.
Mike, was there any common thread between this and Tennessee? How they closed out that win?
Yeah, potentially. As you're building, you got to learn how to win, right? And those two games had some similarities in that you're playing with a lead in front of an electric environment, and there's a lot of emotion in the building, and then all of a sudden they hit some. You hate saying they hit tough shots, right? Because you take away something from the opposition. But Sears did step up and hit a couple like daggers, and we didn't respond well enough, especially with the empty possessions offensively that we had. It took the air out of the building a little bit. The environment in the building was obviously more of a factor in the first half because of the way that we were playing. And it can't be all about defending at a really high level when you're making jump shots. It's something that we'll continue to preach with this current team and moving forward with this program. Credit Bama for their defensive resolve through their empty offensive possessions, particularly in the first 25 minutes of the game. It continued to defended at a much higher level, in fact, playing without the lead. And we've done that, we've done that a couple times here this season, but we've got to be better with, obviously, you brought up playing with a lead at home.
You alluded to this, the turnovers. It was the types of them that seemed like unforced, maybe getting up and getting too jacked back. I don't know. What's your takeaway on just ball handling tonight?
It was a really physical game both ways. It was probably more so than any game this year. Guys hitting the floor, both teams. In the first 7, 8, 10 minutes of the second half, that there must have been 8 times when both teams got multiple guys diving on the floor. So credit both teams, intensity level. That said, we had a lot of balls in the paint for us right in front of our bench in the second half that whether it was an unclean pass or unclean catch or a Bama defender getting a finger or hand on it, led to some turnovers, which led to some transition offense for those guys. And then we also had some near misses, at the rim in the second half. 1 or 2 of those go. Maybe you can extend the lead. But I felt like we played a little bit tight offensively down the stretch. Again, a lot of that had to do with their ball pressure and the fact that they continued to chip into our lead and eventually took the lead.
How do you keep this group from getting frustrated? Tennessee, Alabama overtime against Florida, just not getting caught up in the fact that there were some missed opportunities in some of these games.
Yeah, these guys will keep fighting. I'm not worried about that at all. This was a top 10 net opportunity, top 5, whatever the heck that they were or are. It's not like we just give up a lead to a mid-major opponent or an inferior opponent. I think our guys feel good about the way that we played for 2025 and the way we continue to fight down the stretch. And in addition, we play with a lot of heart considering what's been going on, around this facility in the last few days. I mean, Silas Demery just played 29 minutes, and he literally hadn't broken a sweat since we left Gainesville. That's a lot of toughness. That's a lot of heart. Justin Hill, same way. Jabri Abdul-Rahim, Noah Thomason. A lot of these guys have been banged up with illness, and they swung away. Our guys played really hard. We gotta play better.
Was Sonny a part of that too? Didn't see him tonight.
No, Sonny wasn't. The decision was to bring him off the bench and try RJ Melendez. Coming off his best game. Thought RJ played well again tonight, and just one of those decisions where we rode the guys. Played 9 instead of 10. Decided on Dylan. Right there in the pregame, Sonny will come back and be ready to go practice tomorrow and be effective and lead. But who knows? Who knows who will play on Saturday?
For your trouble, you get the maybe the hottest team in the league in South Carolina.
I know.
Coming back in here now, and they'll obviously be motivated because of what you did in Columbia.
Remember 10, 15, 20 years ago in this league, and you get beat by a top 10 net team. The net didn't even exist then. And you get a couple you can beat, right? Or you have a real chance of beating. And now it's like in this league, it's ridiculous. And Lamont's done an amazing job. Picked near the bottom, at the bottom, whatever. I don't know. I hardly read that stuff, but no one thought they'd be as good as they were. We really felt like as a staff, and I said it to you guys pregame and postgame, I think, that we thought they were a tournament team, and we thought that was our biggest win, and it turns out that it is obviously. They're really good, and they're going to keep winning a bunch. Again, credit those guys, credit Lamont and his staff, his team. They're connected, they're tough, they're physical, they're sound. We've got our hands full Saturday, but it's another great opportunity for us. Obviously, we beat them. It was our best performance, and it's going to have to be our best performance. It's going to have to be as good or better to beat them on Saturday.
When you've got a repeat opponent like that, what are the challenges that come with that?
I think both staffs probably feel like there's advantages. The level of familiarity. If you're playing an inferior opponent, there's challenges, I think, that you've got to overcome with your guys in terms of mentality and approach. With these guys, our guys understand how good they are and how fortunate we were to go in there and steal one. And our guys watch. We got a team full of basketball fans that enjoy watching on the tube, and they'll be watching tonight and learning. They know how good South Carolina is, so I don't know what challenges really. Just they'll be jacked up, but they were jacked up the last game, both teams. So good college basketball game. It's okay, you got coming up. I'll just keep rambling.
This was your first pair of back-to-back losses since November before SEC play. What does rebounding look like for you guys over these next few days, especially coming back at home for your first time playing back-to-back home games during the season?
Yeah, we got to get healthy. We've got to hydrate. We've got to sleep. Especially 4 or 5 of these guys. We've got to get rest. It'll be more of a mental approach tomorrow, and then Friday we'll get after a little bit, but it'll be abbreviated. Because here we go again. 1 o'clock tip on Saturday, and we're going to need every ounce of energy that we can get to guard those guys and to generate some offense.
Any questions for Mike?
Thanks, Mark.
Thank you, guys.